to today's Tuesday's Table Talks. I'm your host, Mancha Lotus.
And I'm Tigra.
Today we're in the beautiful, wonderful space of Love and Light Cuisine, as we always are. And today is an awesome day because not only is it Fat Tuesday, but it is our 13th episode, and we have a wonderful guest here today, Dana Christian, this is his first live. So, we're doing a lot of lives today. So, most of you guys know what the topic is, but we're just going to do a free convo, which we normally do. And so, we'll start with Dana.
Yes, who is Dana Christian?
Who is Dana Christian?
Okay, well, Dana Christian, this is funny. This is wow. Okay. I'm a filmmaker here in St. Louis, content creator in St. Louis metropolitan area. Grew up in the inner city of North St. Louis. Been doing this a little over 20 plus years now. I absolutely enjoy what I do, love what I do, and just committed to the craft and the culture. That's just I guess it's a tidbit of who I am. But other than that, I try to make sure I'm a stand-up person, you know what I'm saying? Try to treat people fairly and, just do all the things, try to check off a lot of boxes. So just beyond what my title is, I try to make sure that I leave a positive imprint and stamp on people.
So you're constantly evolving.
Yes, got to.
And he's so humble with it. He's really if you're from St. Louis, you know, and if you don't, you're gonna find out. And then we'll have his link to his website in our in the bottom in the comments so that you can catch up if you're behind.
Right.
Who Dana Christian is. So yes. So where do we start? So you're doing so much. Do you have any current projects? I know you just finished something. I don't know.
I finished something. If you want to start there, I took a venture. I've done an independent film. I was kind of treading, taking my time, moving into the more narrative space. Because I've done so many different type of formats or whatever. Even though we have a film camp with kids, we can talk about that later. Well, we actually do short films with the kids, but a feature length film actually is my first one. And man, it was amazing experience. We I paired up with an awesome screenplay writer. Her name is Brenda Hampton. She was a literary author that turned screenplay writer a few years ago, and she has films out now that's on Tubi. So she's originally from St. Louis, so she decided to she wanted to bring that energy back home to St. Louis. So a lot of people was throwing my name out there. We met, and then it was just it just all happened organically. And it's funny, like I said, 'cause I'm kind of do a little play off of this whole thing, because a lot of people have seen me do some interviews. They kind of know a little bit of my history, my story, but a lot of people don't know like the other side of me that I take serious is like the health and wellness, and also just that the holistic lifestyle. And I do believe how things come organically. So with her, it was funny. So we communicating, we going over this whole movie thing, right? And then she asked me she's like, when is your birthday? And I was like, my birthday is May 21st. And she was like, mine is May 21st.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. And then we just started playing off of that. And it's funny because it's like, we think alike, and then like, I pick up what she leave off, and she leave off where I pick up. It's crazy. So it was a good synergy there. But the movie was excellent. It's called The Blood Brothers. That's the title we have working now. And then it's a suspense / thriller that we filmed out here in St. Louis.
Wow.
The storyline is crazy. Like the twist is it's 5 guys when they were younger in high school. They ended up things went a little bit too far, and they ended up killing the young man.
Okay.
So they tried to cover up their tracks. Years later, one of the guys decided to get married, so he wanted to get all the boys together for a bachelor party. And that's when things take a twist for the worse.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm hooked already.
I want to see it.
And this is now. I think I saw some clip. Is she a sister, Brenda?
Yeah, Brenda is
Black history in St. Louis.
Yeah, yes. I mean, she's phenomenal, man. Like just her writing talent and the body of works that she's created. And what she has done is amazing.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah. We have some stellar people in the cast as well. some people stand out. People like Jaquan, rapper Jaquan. He's in there. It's his first his acting debut.
Oh, cool.
Shorty the Prince. A lot of people know him. He's been in a lot of different things. He was the host of 106 in Park for a minute. Like I'm morning show radio DJ. Seven Lee, phenomenal, tremendous actress. Had a young man named Demetrius from Detroit. Young lady named Alicia. She's out of Chicago area. You know what I'm saying? Can't forget my brothers, Jason and Zach. They held it down or whatever. They local actors, but I mean, their talent is phenomenal. We had some newcomers, Sydney Bailey. She rocked it out. And then all our extras and stuff. I mean, we was just, man, I put like this, I couldn't ask for a better cast, better production. Our production was stellar. And man, just overall experience in the editing stages right now, man.
Right.
That's dope.
That's great for St. Louis. I know everybody, usually thinks New York, Miami, California, but it's great that you all brought that work to St. Louis.
Yeah. And that was important. That was one of the main things, because a lot of people don't know, like up in Detroit, they have this huge independent African-American film culture going on right now, where they're cranking out these movies at a neck break speed. And a lot of them are going directly to Tubi.
Oh, wow.
So she was involved with like several of those screenplays. So she said, you know what, Dana, we need to do that here. I see how they're doing it here. Let's start creating this movement here in St. Louis.
Love it.
And I was like, I'm down. That's what I'm all about, creating these movements.
Right. I know. I know we're just like in awe, because we've had other guests, and to actually have some creators and artists, and to have you on, it's just, it's phenomenal.
Thank you.
So we've been a fan for a very long time, and not just, of your work, but of course, we're not going to just keep on buttering you. But we're definitely telling the truth, though. And so I think it's phenomenal as to what you're doing, and just your presence, just to be here, and stay here. And help, and watch this upcoming movement that's starting. Because I know we have a lot of actors and actresses,
a lot of talent.
A lot of writers, and and people. And this is one of the aspects sometimes that I think sometimes it seems difficult to get into. So since I'm saying that, what would be a way for someone to kind of, if we have and like you said, you work with youth, and so you have a youth camp, a movie camp, or
camp? It's a film camp that we do for youth. We've been doing it. Actually, this year we be approaching our 4th year, but it's called On the Set Film Camp, and it originated in Birmingham, Alabama, with a guy named David Tucker. He one day I get a call. He I forgot how it all formed, but he was looking to do the camp. Bring the camp here in St. Louis or whatever. So I touched bases with him, and then we start talking. And I got my other buddy who was Murphy Lee's manager, Marlon Whitfield. He got in the mix. Him and David connected, and then they combined, said, "Hey, you know what? Let's do this." So they facilitated, got the camp here. I jumped back on board because my schedule was so crazy. I didn't know like how involved I would be.
Yeah.
But I'm always one type of people. If I can't help you, I'll make sure I try to connect the dots. But luckily, I've been able to be part of this film camp for the past 3 going on 4 years now.
Wow.
And what the camp basically is, it's a week and a half. So where we bring kids in, I believe from the age 10 up to 18. And what they do is, in this time, we give them a crash course the very first day of what filmmaking is. Go over the different departments, go over the different duties, and then we hand them a script. We say, who wants to be actors? Who wants to be behind the scenes?
Oh, that's dope.
And then we distribute all that. We get in our little groups. The kids, they go in on the scripts. We do casting right there on the spot. See who's gonna play what parts. And then that following Monday, we start shooting the film. And we do it in a week. And then they knock it out the park. We do a lot of different parodies of different things. Last year we did a parody off the Wizard of Oz. It was called Home.
Oh wow.
It was really, really phenomenal. We did that at the River Parrot Theater with the red carpet. And then also another component to make this camp unique is it's hands-on. So kids just aren't thrown in the front, just being the actors and stuff like that. They also help with the production element of it, the filming, the lighting, the sound. Also the decision making. When we sit down and actually go over the shot list, like while the kids are auditioning, I have the group of kids hold it up together. We breaking down that script just like how we would do it in the real production world. And then they learn the skills as well. Life skills.
Gives them, I think, a better appreciation for the entire process too.
Yeah, and they really know if they really want to be cut out for it, or if they just want to go through the motions, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But we tell them, I was like, if you take this path or not, it's keeping you busy, it's exposing you to something, and you can learn how to the different principles of being a team player, how to responsibilities and things of that nature. So it's so many life skills that people can like actually take from being a part of a film crew.
I remember when you were talking on a previous podcast that you did, it was a great show. And you were talking about how, sometimes it's the parents that kind of force the kids. So you kind of like if someone just says, oh, I like, taking pictures, editing them on TikTok or Instagram, how do you differentiate between that and an actual passion? Like, what do you see in someone that says, oh, they have this passion?
Well, one is sometimes people who have a vision. I think if anything, even though if you don't have know how to get there, you kind of got a sense of where you want to go, right? So, and sometimes you just need, it's like GPS, like, you want to go to a certain location. Like, I know I need to get here, but how do I do that? Back in the day, we used to have like maps, you have compasses. Now we got GPS. It's just finding out where people really want to go, and then how serious they are about this journey. And if they're really serious, then, it's people that can help guide them. So I like to sometimes be the GPS for people in a sense.
Like that.
Yeah.
In that aspect, I try to look at other ways, and I know that you're a very spiritual person and holistic and everything with your lifestyle. How do you think in a healing aspect that being in your career and young people coming up or anybody who aspires to do this, number one, we automatically see the entrepreneurial aspect of it, the creativity within, learning how to see the world, I guess, in a different way and create what it is that you envision and actually see that take place. Yeah. How is that healing, other ways? How do you feel? I'm curious as to how do you feel about that? Because to me, it seems like a form of therapy.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. So leaning into like one of the formats I do, I've done some reality TV show development and productions. Actually, we actually had a deal with BET at one point. They came in and did a pilot before they switched formats on us. Hard pivot. But with that and also documentaries, what I've learned is getting people in front of the camera and they telling their story. It's so therapeutic. And then it was one of them things I used to shun when I was younger. Like I used to catch the bus. It's funny because where we're located at is like just down the way from where my old high school is. I used to catch the bus, and sometimes I used to sit on the bus and people used to just talk to me and just tell me something like, why are you talking to me? But then as I became more in depth in my craft, my field, and started listening to people have to ask questions, I understood why people wanted to talk to me. And then having people talk in front of a camera to you about intimate things, it's not easy. But luckily I've been able to, crack a little code in order to make that happen, to get people to feel comfortable sharing details, and also do it in a way to where it's not exploitive.
Right.
Because that's another thing too, because people, I was talking to someone, I won't disclose who it is, but people have known because it was something, went on that made it public, made publicized or whatever. Like I said, but just for that sake, I keep, people, discretions or whatever. But we was having this conversation yesterday, and we was just talking about like how the media and certain people, they gain and exploit people's pain, especially people of color.
Definitely.
And so that was one of the things that when we talk about the healing element, I wanted to make sure I didn't want to be part of their problem. It's like, and then I kept wondering too, like when we was having these deals with reality shows, I was like, why aren't they getting to the finish line? Why isn't it working?
Right.
And it wasn't supposed to work.
Right.
At least not for me. Right. I got people that I know that's major successfully in it. But my calling was to tell people's stories authentically, not taint them, not leave them out there with more problems. Because people don't realize after those cameras cut off,
That's right.
people are still left with those issues. And the producers, the networks, the executives, they go into the bank, living their life up. But now these people in shambles. Like you got families like the Chrisleys right now that's going through what they're going through or whatever. And then, others, what I'm saying, is trying to live up to this lifestyle. So I know I didn't want to be a contributor of that per se. So I guess that's my healing or my way to help heal or whatever.
Piggybacking on what you said about being on the bus, I literally just read something earlier today, and it said that people of a high frequency, when you notice people just come up to you and share secrets. So I think that just speaks to your spiritual, like she was saying, you're a very spiritual person. So tell us more about your holistic approach to your work.
Well, my holistic approach is truly of that, looking at the whole picture of what the project is. So it's when I approach certain projects, I make sure like they check off certain boxes. I don't do it for money, and then I don't do it for like the accolades. I know I was presented with a project a while back, and they were saying producers were saying, yeah, let's hurry up and get it done so we can get it into this thing to win this award. I'm like, no, I don't do that.
Right.
I said, I don't create from that type of space, the type of frequency. I said, I want to make sure it's truly about what the purpose and the mission is for this piece. And we telling it authentically. And if it happens to get recognized, that's fine. And if it doesn't, that's fine.
Right.
I just want to make sure, the client is happy, people is happy, and we're happy with this production. So I do a lot of that. And then also too, making sure one thing, I'm working with good people. I love to make sure I'm working with good people that's going to be honest, people going to be true to their word, a certain level of transparency. Then also too, making sure the subject matter speaks to me. I want to make sure like, how does this resonate with me? If I can't necessarily bring something to the table from me, or if I can feel something from it, then I don't want to be a part of it. Or how can I be a part of it? And then, like I say, and don't get me wrong, like, budgets is fine too. I tell people when it comes down to budgets, it's not about what's gonna go in my pocket. It's about knowing at what level, how high of a quality I can make something work. And then sometimes I do, and sometimes I feel like, okay, this is a very, I feel like this, we need this at a certain level. And if we don't have that, the resources, then I'll pull away from that too. So it's like certain little boxes like that I check off or whatever. And then, and like I say, and of course, making sure it's not going to be exploitive. No one is going to get hurt, safety measures and things of that nature. And don't get me wrong, like I've done my share of salacious pieces or whatever, because it is entertainment, and not everything I do is not like, the holy grail.
Right.
But even projects that's a little bit more looser, a little bit more, saying a little bit more edgy or whatever. I still make sure they check out those boxes. That's though. Right. They're like, and you communicating with people, hey, this is what it is. This is the matter. Are you comfortable with this? And then, hey, then we go from there.
I feel like independent work gives you more freedom to follow your code, because I can see you clashing with some corporate big heads because of direction and what they might want to do versus your vision and value.
You know what? It's a fine line. I do like to work independently with independent projects per se, because they do give you that creative freedom. They give you a certain level of just being able to be experiment, be fearless. But I do know how to work under a corporate structure, because right now I'm working on a project. I'm doing an editorial job for a huge tech company right now. And they have a very streamlined structure or whatnot. But it's cool. It's fine, because I take from all of that, because the thing is, I tell people, like, you don't want to, especially if you're trying to go to the next levels, right? It depends on what level you're trying to go to. And I know, like, I I can work at any level. So I want to just make sure like I understand what those levels are, understand the rules before I decide to try to break them and try to be a disruptor in those spaces or whatnot. But of course, you definitely want to speak out in any form, whether it's a corporate form, independent form, or things of that nature. It's just certain things I think as humans and just people in general that we shouldn't tolerate. So yeah, but for us creative ideals, it can be a little tricky, especially when you start working with like agencies. And I was just talking to somebody about like even network TV that operates a lot different than movie industry or whatever. So.
I know before we get into the vegan aspect, I want to ask one more question, see if Mantra has one too, regarding film. So what is your next, you were saying next level. So what is Dana's next level? Like, what do you aspire, what do you reach for?
Well, right now, just for career-wise, career-wise, I'm saying I definitely want to, this narrative feature movie path. I definitely want to do more of that. Still want to do documentaries. Yeah. Like that's talking to several people. Want to do that. TV series. Actually, I want to do some animations.
Oh, nice.
I want to get off into like cartoon type of stuff or whatever. You know what? Some commercial and branding pieces, but I don't want to do the typical ones. I want to do the more extended ones to where you can be a little bit more experimental. The ones that's not just 30 seconds, 15 seconds, the ones that's like, they actually tell a story.
Right.
That tells more about what the brand is and the mission of that brand, as opposed to like, buy this now.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So things of that nature. And yeah, career-wise, as far as that, actually career-wise, but then I also want to make sure I'm giving back for the educational component as well, to bring more people into this field, especially people of color, more diversity, because we need that. We desperately need that. Don't get me wrong, I love working with the people that I encounter and work with. But I'll be honest, sometimes I just be tired of being the only one on set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
representation matters.
Yeah. So it's that I think that's how you get more ideals and more things across. And it's just, and then sometimes too, you don't always feel like you have to defend yourself or always be the authority of that. And then also too, I need to speak about is like how these corporations, they need to make sure too, like it could be more than one of us in the same space.
Right.
And then we have to realize it can be more than us in the same space. And I'm not your competition.
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
You know.
That's
So so just those things going for us career-wise.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. I wanted to ask you, out of the work that you've done, do you have a favorite, or what is something that kind of stands out that, really makes you proud of?
You know what? Someone asked me this a while back, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I've worked on my favorite piece yet. I know I've had pieces that I definitely am proud of, and there's some that I thought that was like should have been better, but it just, the powers that be, once you get them done, it just it's out of your hands. Yeah. But some of the ones a lot of people may not realize is actually I did I helped do a couple of PSAs, one with Cedric Entertainment, one with Nelly, years ago. That was to help raise funds for the Martin Luther King Monument in Washington, D.C. A lot of people don't know that. So I think that was at the time, I didn't realize how big of a deal that was, but for like you to, you know what I'm saying, be a part of your a creative vision and help create something that's so monumental in that aspect. Another piece I'm proud of is the one that I won a Emmy for, a local Emmy, a couple of years ago. Was for a piece we did for this nonprofit organization that it's called Hope Creates, that deal with youth that was in substance abuse and in their recovery stages for us with the arts. That was because that was one of the pieces. It was like unexpected. It was just like, we just doing it, telling this guy's story, Blake, and then for it to be received like it was really, really cool. And then what else? I mean, like I said, I know those two right there, they kind of just stick out at me. But I know I'm pretty sure like this movie that we're doing, it's gonna
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait. So I know it's based in St. Louis, and you mentioned the high school. You know, St. Louis is big on what high school you go to. Did you mention one of the local high schools, like by name, or did you just kind of make up a name for the
in the movie?
In the movie.
No, we didn't. We didn't mention the local high school in it or whatever. Okay. So we kind of wanted to keep it like and we could have.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, because the nature of it is but we did feature like some local landmarks. Like we filmed at Prime 55.
Okay.
We shot in the Chesterfield area. We actually shot in the cave.
Okay, which one?
It was a cave in Crystal City.
Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Right. The cave's gonna blow up. Watch, everybody gonna be trying to visit the cave.
Yeah, man, but this
that's cool.
Yeah, it was something else. Yeah, we was we shot up in North County, Spanish Lake area.
Nice.
So we tapped some areas that people may not always, see, and things of that nature. But we kept it universal, so where like anybody from anywhere can look at it and still appreciate it. So we didn't want to regionalize it too much.
Right, I like that.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we as a people are good on a tangent. Like when, let's say, because you're good with the camera. You ever have like family friends be like, "Hey, can you come shoot this video for me?" And it's literally just like, you get that a lot. Yeah,
I don't get that as much, but I have gotten that, and I get friends that do that. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I still own a camera. I still like shooting because it's like it's just in my DNA and it's good practice. Yeah. Or whatever. So sometimes I still come out and do stuff or whatever. So you may see me running around with a camera every now and then.
I'm just gonna say, on the background, we were super excited about you coming. We've been talking about for the past couple of weeks. Oh, he gonna help us with this. He gonna help us with this.
And then he gonna laugh at this.
Like, that's okay though. Daddy gonna tell us how to get it right.
Yeah, y'all doing a phenomenal job or whatever. So and that's one thing I try to make sure I respect people's spaces or whatever. And I try not to bring my professional eye.
We want the professionalism, please.
Yeah.
So let's move on to your health journey. And I know I've known you for years. I don't want to say how long because it might be telling on us. But and I think you've been vegan for longer than I have. This is my 15th year, and this is.
Man, I lost track. I've been doing it. It's been a long time. It's been at least 21, about plus 20 plus years, maybe something like that. Yeah. Well, you know what? I just lost track of time. And I need to find my documents because I did a transition from being a vegetarian to a vegan.
Right.
Yeah, and it was it was like what was it called? It was in the Central West End. Like I sold vegetarian spot that was on Euclid or whatever years ago or whatnot.
Was it Sunshine? No,
not Sunshine Inn. It was down the street from Sunshine Inn though. It's kind of set down a little bit.
Is it where 202 is now? I'm trying to think. I know.
It's gonna bother us the rest of it. Okay.
Yeah. I think it was. I forgot. It was like it's like the soul vegetarian spot. It was like because it was based. That was like the Hebrew Israelites they ran.
Are you talking about? It was Divinity. Eternity.
Was it Eternity?
Was it Eternity? Eternity Deli. Right.
Yep.
Eternity Deli.
Yeah, Eternity Deli.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a brother there. He worked at a dentistry, holistic dentistry up in North County, the Fishers.
Right.
And he was like, man, he's like, man, I'm doing this detox, doing this cleanse or whatever. I was asking him about it. He was like, man, you want to do it? So he gave me all the information, got all the supplements, the herbs and stuff. And I did it or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. And I was like, I'm still gonna go eat my little cheese or whatever, and still eat my fish or whatnot. Then after doing this, it was so intense that I was like, I'm like, why am I gonna put this back in my body?
Mm.
So I said, you know what? Let me just go down this path. So at that moment, I just stayed on that path and still here today.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them actually at Mrs. Fisher. She's supposed to come on the show too. So
okay, nice.
Yeah. Right. And I got all y'all beat because I became a vegetarian at 12.
Oh wow.
And then at 18, I decided to go completely vegan. So,
nice.
Yeah,
so 3 Black vegans on the show.
All day.
That's Black history for you, right? All kind of Black history in this show.
Yeah. What is it that you can tell from your by the lifestyle that you choose? So, I mean, I know how it makes us feel, and the feelings that I get, and the intuition that I have because of my health and because of my lifestyle. So how do you feel that it affects you and influences the work that you do?
Well, it does. Well, one of the things is for the clarity. Especially when I take certain supplements like lion's mane mushroom is really good for like your brain,
Mushrooms,
and also your creativity, and also it has benefits to help people with like you deal with like dementia and stuff like that, and Alzheimer's or whatever. So when I take things like that, I can definitely tell a difference. Also the energy levels. When I'm eating very clean, I'm not eating any processed vegan foods or any like overly cooked vegan products. So I'm eating more like raw foods, vegetables, and smoothies and my juices or whatever. I feel great. And also too, one of the major things I noticed, cause like when I was in high school, I probably would say like late high school and going to the early stages of college, I was kind of toggling like a little depression per se, because I was making a change from majors, and I didn't know. And as you know, in college, you like, you know what? Okay, the kid years are over with. Now I'm moving into adulthood. Am I making the right decision? So a lot of that was pressing on me, and but then during that stage, that's when I actually changed my diet, and I saw a lot of that slowly started going away, especially when I started taking away like the sugars and all that type of stuff or whatever out of my system. So I would say that's definitely some of the things that that I benefited from, and that really kind of helped me.
I feel like it's growing in our culture, especially in St. Louis. I know there's a lot of us. Seven that was in the movie, right? Was it her name Seven?
Yeah.
Didn't she have something in St. Louis maybe a couple of years ago where it was like a vegan? Wasn't her?
Like the vegan kickback?
Yeah, it was a kickback. Wasn't it?
Actually, she just posted. I think she's gonna be doing one coming up really soon.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like the veganism, it's like exploding in our culture. I feel like
it really is, and and especially here in St. Louis because it was a time like I tell people like I was doing it before it was popular,
right?
And then it wasn't a lot of options.
Yeah.
But we had places like where we at now, Love and Light Cafe. Yeah. I said that right, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. But the owner of that facility had other facilities and other places too that was front runners for us, like leading in raw foods or whatever, and then that's switching the guards over to the owner now that they're still carrying the torch, and then we have like the Sweet Arts and all these other places and the tree houses. So it's just like it's just a lot. Like I mean, it's really a lot. We have some great options, but I always tell people though too, it's like nothing like cooking your own stuff.
Right.
I don't understand.
No, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
We're gonna have a cooking class.
I was going. Y'all need to do that live.
We got the kitchen here.
So you can laugh at Tigra.
I do not know how to cook.
I don't know, but she know how to eat.
I have Love and Light. I have terra tacos. I have Rolly Bakes. I have something like you said, but it's from 2008 when this owner of this cafe opened up Vegadeli in Chesterfield. That was the first 100% vegan spot. And then Sweet Art opened up, and then she eventually went all vegan. So it's like we've gone from one to more than a dozen in the area, including Illinois Happy Bakery. But we've grown so much.
And it is also impressive too to where now you actually can have a fest.
Yes.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like the veg fest, and just like pretty much everything's almost vegan.
Right. That has been dope. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So excited.
Extremely. Yes.
So excited for us.
Yes.
So I love that. So when you're on the set, I can imagine that could be hard. Do you have to request? Do you try to encourage other people to eat a certain way, or
I don't impose my my lifestyle on others. If they ask questions or whatever, some they try to jokingly say things, but normally it's out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Then they're like, "Well, how that taste?" I'm like, "It tastes good."
That's right.
Yeah. But it's funny, like when we was doing the movie, like my Brenda, my executive producer, and also the screenplay writer for the film. She was like, her and her sisters and her daughters, they was going out getting the food and doing all this stuff with it. It was like, Dana, what do you want? What do you want? And it's like, when I be in that zone, food is not on my radar. But luckily, I've eaten before I got to set. And also too, it's testament to like what I'm putting in my body to where like I'm good. You know, so I have like little snacks here and there, little healthy snacks or whatever. But I know like when I used to go out of town, I used to travel a lot. And back in the day, man, it was hard. So like I used to have to like scrounge and get on the Happy Cow back then to look for all like the vegan friendly places. But now it's like you just put it in Google, like, it's vegan nearby.
New days.
And all this stuff pops up or whatever. So it's just, man, it's dope.
That's cool. It sounds like we got kind of the same kind of work food ethic. Because I know for me, I do not eat when I'm working. You know, it's like I cannot. It just stands in the way. So it may be days before I eat.
I ain't go that long.
No, I mean
it's like an unexpected fast.
I fast. Or do you do intermittent fasting, or do you fast?
I haven't did a fast in a while, but I do detoxes.
Okay.
Actually, I have one coming up. I'm gonna be doing. Yes, I make sure I do that or whatever. But I also make sure I try to make sure like I have a good balance, because like I said, I can get busy or whatever at times.
So you need to eat.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't eat a lot. Like I tell people, like I juice or a smoothie in the day, in the morning and around lunchtime, and then I do like one meal, and then maybe snack on something like some popcorn or something like that. Just man, this vegan popcorn I'm addicted to, called Lesser Evil popcorn. Oh my God, man, this stuff is addictive.
Different flavors?
They got different flavors. Yeah, they have like a Himalaya sea salt one. They have one that's an avocado one. They have one that's like a mock butter one. That's really good. Those are the three right there. They have a cheese one, like a mock vegan cheese one. It's okay, be hit or miss, because like the cheese don't be on all the kernels. So you get down to the bottom of the bag to really get the goodness. But those three I mentioned, man, it's addictive. It's like a big bag you can almost eat in one sitting.
Yeah, we just gonna have to have a whole vegan show so you all can see some of the foods. I think a lot of people do not believe that the food is really good.
Yeah.
They're great substitutes and alternatives for anything and everything.
If you follow Till You Taste It, you will know.
Right, you'll know.
Yeah.
We just had a mile-high plate of vegan nachos for Fat Tuesday with vegan shrimp and
I was telling you about that vegan shrimp or whatever, man.
I can't. Oh, that was the hardest thing. Even though I started very young, that was the hardest thing for me to get rid of with shrimp.
And
I still just shrimp. No, I'm not. I don't care nothing about fish and nothing else. I just like the shrimp.
Yeah, but I have had some really good. I've had some horrible like shrimp, mock shrimp. But I had some recently that's just been.
Yeah,
really
they've upped the game, because the first time I tasted, I was like, what the? Yeah. It's like all tapioca. So I'm like, this is not good. It was all mushy and
in St. Louis for vegan shrimp. You have, of course, Love and Like Cuisine has the new Cajun Creole shrimp, or mild. Tiggy'd Mao.
Yeah, have you been to Tiggy'd Mao?
I haven't. I heard about that.
Okay. And then, it's Lefty's fried rice, the only 100% Black-owned fried rice in St. Louis.
Okay, so they also sell that.
Yes, and then they've just added vegan shrimp to their menu.
Now I've got another one who has the vegan shrimp. Bombay Food Junk.
Yes, they do. Oh, yeah. Yes, they do. They do. That firecracker shrimp with that remoulade sauce, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just whatever. I like them. I do.
So tell me about the detox that you're gonna do. What do you do for detox?
Well, the detox that I'm doing is it's like only a few like herbal companies that I like would tell people like these are the ones. I don't know if you all may know Yaki Awaken. But Yaki Awaken, like this dude is like,
I do know him, but go ahead.
The master herbalist, man. Like this dude, like I hate the comparison, but if you have to compare somebody to him, people are saying like he's like Dr. Sadie, but on the next level for us with the healing. He has some amazing, powerful products, and he happens to be from St. Louis.
What's his name again?
Yaki Awaken.
Okay.
Yaki Hickman. Yeah, he has man, some really, really powerful herbs that like when people like really going through things, they get to the root of that. And then also this young lady, High Frequency, man, I subscribe to a lot of her products. So she has a detox. I'll be doing like a 21-day detox. It's really good, powerful stuff too. They pretty much kind of like they have some of the same premises or whatever. Now I know with Yaki, since he is so backed up and so busy, and so many people go to him for the actual healing that. You're gonna be waiting. You gotta wait about 30 days.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you need it, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta look at like how long you had this stuff in your body.
Right.
Yeah.
So 30 days you can wait.
Yeah.
But sometimes I tell people if you need something like just little quick pick me ups and things of that nature, man, she's a great substitute. Like this is just as that's right there with them almost.
We'll get all the information. If they have Instagram handles, we'll make sure we put that in the comments when we upload the videos.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So is there anything else you'd like to share, Mr. Christian?
He's being so humble.
I know,
He's done
right?
so much. I mean,
no. You know what? Because I tell people it's not really about
it's being who you are.
Yeah,
it's just
like,
natural.
Yeah, like I do what I do, not for like to say the accolades or the recognition. I just do it because this is a part of it. I guess it's one of them things I kind of just learned from my parents.
Yeah.
So I just kind of just follow that.
Right.
You were also doing something with like stop the gun violence.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Is that an ongoing project?
That was very transparent moment. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. That's one thing you can get about me. So their project was supposed to be one of them projects that was supposed to be like really going to the next level to really help heal.
Yes.
Tremendously.
What we need in St. Louis.
We do.
Yeah, but politics got involved.
Of course.
And then certain powers to be, they
compete.
They want this vision, they want that vision, and they missing the pulse of what it is.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, look, if you want to truly heal this, you want to go to the people.
Right.
We don't need the suits in front of cameras saying, put down the guns, do this. And then the shooters looking at them like, who is this?
Right.
Or the people that's the victims of this, or the kids that's the victim of this. You need to present things to people to where they at, to where they really can see themselves in these situations and then see what those solutions are. Mm-hmm. And we thought that's what we presented. And for it just to be like, just to fill a quota on a list at the end of the year, it was sad and it was disheartening or whatever. So, but eventually, like I say, I'm gonna still continue to do things of that nature, and hopefully pair it with actual companies and organizations that want to see it all the way through, and not just
for funding.
Yeah, not just say at the end of the year, this is what we did. But let me give a shout out to my homeboy Kevin Bryant though, who brought the project to me. Kevin, tremendous guy, man.
We love you, Kevin.
Yeah. So when I say that, he wasn't one of the people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So Kevin, we was fighting in the trenches on that to get that shown to the masses and not just it being carried on our shoulders.
Right.
So
all right, it'll come.
Yeah, most definitely. It is, and it always comes out. So that reality hits hard. So what are we gonna do?
We gonna eat some more stuff because you coming up. What we gonna eat? We finna eat Fat Tuesday.
Yes, we're talking about detoxing because Tigra is utilizing this whole day. I guess to midnight.
And believe me, I'll be eating the last drop at 11:59.
Going hard.
Right. But yes, I will be on my detox holistic for 47 days or 47 nights. But it's a kickoff because it's like a reset. Like I believe in balance, like you said, for myself as well. Because, I love my junk food, but again, I balance it out. This is like a kickstart. And then into summer, I pretty much keep that where I do like 75% raw. And then, by the wintertime, I'll be on the tacos.
Right. That's right.
So,
That's how it works. So you find that's how your diet does sometimes? Are you seasonal?
Yeah, I am seasonal. I do certain things I do kind of crave a little bit more than others. And I try to eat. I've been trying to eat toward for with the sun.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sun coming up, you know what I'm saying, having my meals a certain time, circadian rhythm, basically. And by the time my sun is kind of going down, I try to make sure I'm not, you know what I'm saying, indulging in anything too heavy. But definitely want to eat towards the seasons or whatever, because there's certain things grow for certain reasons and things like that. I wish we had a little bit more variety of especially some of our fruit choices and stuff like
definitely.
that.
Oh gosh, me too.
Yeah, but
work with what we have, I guess. St. Louis.
Yeah. Right.
I'm proud of St. Louis. I'm proud of
I know. I mean, we're coming up, we're doing a lot better. So I think so. I'm very proud, you know, considering where we've come from and the fact that we have options, that we're not just eating French fries, you know, something. And that was the longest. Like, oh my God, well, I'll just get some fries.
It was worse than
sick as heck.
Eating all them carbs and that starch.
Why? Because
so
nothing else.
You finna eat all of that? Yes. Well, I said I was gonna share. You gonna eat the rest of it? Yes, I sure am gonna eat the rest of it. It be on me.
See, I don't know how she does it or where it goes.
It's that balance, honey. It works. You know, you have to find what works for you. I think, like Badass Vegan, he said he eats 1 meal per day, and that's his. You know, that works for him. Right. So you just have to find what works for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for me, I fast. You know, maybe once or twice a week, and then when the summer time comes, and it's just like, kind of the same thing.
But I do need to do a fast. I definitely want to do another fast. I haven't done one in a while. Just to, you know, tell people it's like a car, like you have to change the oil in your car.
Yeah, you gotta
to flush that stuff out or whatever, and just let it kind of like, you know, reset a bit. So.
Right, exactly.
Well, I cannot wait to see this new project, the movie, everything else that you're doing, and everything else that's coming to St. Louis. I can't wait to see everybody, you know, set it off. And
And so is the youth program going to be still happening too this year?
Yes, it's still going to be happening this year. And there's also another component I forgot to mention, like with the youth program for the summer film camp, we also make sure we bring in a celebrity actor / mentor to actually be in the film with the kids.
Beautiful.
So they can see
that's cool
from a working professional, their journey, their story, and them they can have that memory
that's awesome.
Well. Yeah. So right now, I don't know who we're gonna get this year. We're gonna get somebody cool. It's
a surprise. Yeah. How do they enroll? Are they referred?
The kids can enroll. They can go to the on the set film summer film camp. I believe that's the actual website now, because I know they reconstruct the website or whatever. But yeah, I mean you can reach out to myself, Dana Christian, or Marlon Whitfield, or the on the set summer film camp. All easy searches.
Oh, that's cool.
Your kids can register, get them in, and then we go from there.
And what was the ages again? It was from
like age 10 to 18. Yeah, but I think we had some even younger at some point. Whatever. So
that's good, because sometimes the talent blooms early.
Yeah.
Cultivate that. That's great.
And the thing is, you don't want to stifle anybody just by age, but we know like within that age range, it's a little bit more manageable. So you have to like, even though it can be a little challenge sometimes with the kids, they all over the place sometimes. But it's all good energy though.
That's great.
It is. It's fantastic. Well, this concludes this week's Tuesday Table Talks, and a couple announcements. Of course, on Friday, we have open mic night, and this will be our last celebration. Named celebration for Black History Month, and the theme is African American quotes, and we might do some combination of other things that we've done throughout the week.
So fun.
Yeah,
she makes it fun.
We have a good time. Right, we have a lot of fun. So we're gonna see what's gonna come out the box. And Saturday we have what's it called?
Dr. Varsha.
So with Indian cuisine is this Saturday, and it's the 25th, right?
Yes.
And it's pre-order.
Pre-orders are due by, is it Thursday? Yeah, so go to Love and Light Cuisine's either Facebook page or Instagram, and you'll see the link, and you just need to pre-order by Thursday, Thursday.
Exactly. And next Tuesday, our guest is Dr. Carissa Morrow. So she's an educator, and she's written a couple books of self-care and very literary, helping the children to read. And I mean, she's just overall, I'm not going to go too much. She
her
has a lot
books
of
are
programs.
basically self-love and but for women mostly. So, and she has a few books on Amazon, but so we'll be talking basically about self-love.
Right. And let me see.
Ourselves.
Right. Well, no, it's not. Is that more? That's not more. No, not yet.
So wait a minute. You also have something going. There's something going on Friday. No, Saturday. Is it Saturday? With
Saturday. Saturday. The Black Love Activists will be doing a performance at Better Family Life. Mm-hmm. So I believe that's at 3 p.m. So myself and Kelly Wembley will be there. Better Family Life, and then March 1st, we have Healing Energy workshop. So that's from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's on a Wednesday, March 1st.
And that will be here at Love and Light.
They'll be here at Love and Light.
And then that Saturday, I believe that's the 4th, we're going to have our next business brunch. Right. So again, this is free for now. If you're in business or thinking about business, you need some help or have questions, we're just networking, brother and sisterhood and helping each other out. So come check it out while it's free.
Seriously, you better, right?
And then the only other tidbit I can think of is that we are going to be hosting movie nights starting in March. March is Women's History Month.
That's right. So we have a lot of stuff
so we're thinking on Saturday evenings, doing like The Woman King one week. What's the other movie? Everything Everywhere All at Once. And then we know it's different powerful women movies or women in powerful roles. So look forward to that. Okay, yes.
Right, yeah, we'll have to get the playlist, right? Yes. From Dana, you know.
So as always, make sure you're following us, Love and Light Cuisine, Mantra Lotus, Loose Woman Sanctuary, or Tiggy'd on Instagram. We're all on Facebook as well.
That's right. And Dana Christian. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. I appreciate you all having me. Thank you for allowing me to just to share like a different side.
Oh, definitely.
What people may not always know about me. They see me out with a camera and stuff like that, doing film stuff. Yeah.
We appreciate it because we want you to be who you are, you know, right. And so we totally welcome that. We don't want it to be like, this is what it is on the box. No, we know, you know, and so appreciate you letting us, you know and informing us like, you know, I'm a vegan too. I'm holistic, right? This ain't all I do. I am.
Yes.
Nice.
So yes, thank you so much. Thank you guys, and thank you all for joining the later hours. So I know I might be a little because I'm sleepy. You know, I get up at 5. This is like woo. I've been sleeping.
It's a good bedtime.
Right? Yeah, this whole late hours right here. I wouldn't be up. So anyway, we will
see you at the table next Tuesday.
See you at the table. That's an inside joke. You'll get it later. Okay. Wait. Hold up. Oh, okay. Don't start dancing yet.
Dance break?
Not yet. There we go.